If you're thinking about moving to Avon, Indiana, here's 5 things that you should consider before making that move. Hi, my name is Max. I'm a realtor with eXp Realty. For the past 21 years, I've lived in Avon, Indiana. As a young realtor, I feel like I bring a unique perspective because I've grown up with technology. I can make videos like this super easy to show you what it's like to live here. If you're new to Indy and you're thinking about moving out this way, or if you live out of state and you're just Googling, what is it like to live in Avon, Indiana? My hope is that my videos can make that just a little bit easier for you. Contact me if you want to look at some houses, if you want to know more about what it's like to live here and go into more detail on the cost of living and other things. You can definitely find those resources somewhere on my social media or on my YouTube channel. So let's get right into it. When moving to a new place, what is the number one question that you should consider? Well, if you have kids, the first of 5 things is going to be, how are the schools? I think Avon does a really good job in schooling. We're ranked 12th in Indiana, and that is with all public schools, private schools, and everything. We receive A grade for our schooling. I also think that Avon does something pretty unique that no other schooling system that I know of does. I think Indy doesn't have any guidelines as far as how to flow through from pre-K all the way to high school, and I think Avon does it best. We're large enough that we actually have a early learning center, which is pre-K. So all the kindergartners get to go to one school together, and that's housed pretty much in the center of Avon. From there, you break off into 6 different elementary schools, and throughout that, it's all zoned off to be super convenient, keep class sizes a little bit lower, and just help the teachers out in that way. I think when I went through elementary school, there probably was 28 to 30 kids in each course. I'm not sure how that looks today, but for me, that was broken out enough that I was able to focus and actually receive education. Moving on from elementary school, there's actually an intermediate school, which is grades 5 through 6. And in grades 5 through 6, there's 2 schools. And from there, moving on, you go into a middle school, which is another move. And a lot of it usually seamlessly flows. It's a north and a south, and it's split straight at the middle of Avon, Indiana. So all the kids that went to the east-west intermediate schools move on to north and south. And usually you move on with the same group of kids, and that just makes it easy and involved to look forward to going to school for all the kiddos out there. From there, you move on to high school, which is, obviously grades 9 through 12. But there's a lot of opportunity at Avon for the high schools. We have advanced learning in junior and senior level that you can earn different credits to go towards your college or further education. There's also a trade facility that you're able to go to and learn things like how to be a paramedic, welding, cosmetology, that you get to, as a senior and junior, miss half the day of school in high school and start working early on your trade to make a seamless transition into your workforce, or if you'll probably still require more licensing and things, but you at least have background in fundamental education. For me, one thing that I actually chose to do was an internship program, and as a senior in high school, you get to leave halfway through the day and go straight to work somewhere that you're interested in going to career, and that does some really great things. You can choose to be a cadet teacher and maybe decide that teaching isn't for you. Or you can literally go anywhere. I knew people that went to real estate offices and would come back and be like, that seems like that person does a lot of work and it's not for me. Or there was a lot of people that were like, this is awesome, and they jump-started their career and started getting their license in high school and went straight into making their full-time living and still do it today. So I think that those things are really, really cool opportunities that kids get, as well just the general classes. Avon does a fantastic job at doing, and they break out their schedule throughout the week to where you get more time with teachers. And I could probably rant on forever about that and make an entire separate video. So if that's something that you would like, let me know. Number 2, development. How's the development name? Are we capped out, or are we still developing? Is all the development good, or is it harmful? I think that is a huge debate that probably many people have, but for me personally, I think that Avon is at a sweet spot here where they're not so overdeveloped that we're having to tear down old things and build new. I think that we've had a tremendous amount of development, and we still see quite a bit of development year in year. I know that there's at least 5 to 6 neighborhoods getting built currently, and there's still land up for auction for sale. I think that there are definitely some towns that super developed 10 years ago and like overnight looked 10, 15 new neighborhoods. And now some of those houses are not looking as great. I think Avon's done a good job that people will probably complain that some of the development takes a while and it's slow, but I think Avon does a phenomenal job of what they approve and what they don't approve year over year. So that way we can have this like seamless timeline of really good structures and things that are going to last getting built. Now don't get me wrong, there definitely are cons to the development. For example, like warehouses getting built way off the interstate, causing some semi-traffic, which usually flows pretty well, but when the roads are under construction, it can get backed up and become annoying. But it's also good to supply to all these people that have just moved to the west side of Indy. So as far as the development goes, I have to say that overall, I think it's a great thing. I think that there probably can be a little bit better planning, and that we could have more zoning on custom homes. I think that these mega neighborhoods bring down some value, but overall it's more housing. And I don't know, I might be on the wrong side here, but I don't see a ton of apartments, which I think is a great thing. Limiting that rental space, paying to one person, just creates a lot of opportunities for investors. If you're an investor out there and you're thinking about what's a good town to move into, well, I just mentioned there's a ton of warehouses, a ton of job opportunity, and not a lot of apartments. So single family home investing, 2 thumbs up. There's a lot of multifamily zoning too. So if that's something that someone's looking to get into, Avon really is a great place for it. But overall, I think development is healthy. It is healthy to see things development. It's healthy to see tax money go places, schools go up. That all is trending in the right direction. Number 3, something that I would consider is food options. I don't want to move somewhere that's so far out that I have to drive 30 minutes to the grocery store or to the restaurant to get some dinner. And that is not the case in Avon. There are plenty of locally owned options. There's plenty of chain options. Pretty sure that we have, and this will probably date this video a little bit, but right now 4 Taco Bells, 2 McDonald's, and 3 Starbuckses. Yeah, 3 Starbuckses. I feel like those are like top 3 biggest chains that we have multiples of in a 5-mile strip of road, which honestly is great. We have a Costco now, which is awesome to be able to get some bulk inventory. It brings more people into Avon from surrounding communities to stock up on bulk goods like that. And Costco brings some pretty cool restaurants along with them that are going to be developed here later in the year. So overall, food, yeah, it's super accessible. Avon is, it's pretty streamlined. You got a main road going this way, 3 main roads going the other way. And along each one, you can pick up a bite to eat. Number 4, how's the traffic? At the end there, I kind of mentioned the way that the roads seamlessly move, and that obviously 1 main road going this way, 3 going this way, it's not that great. So it basically, Avon is 3 roads to Brownsburg, 3 roads to Plainfield, and there are within that 3 roads that go lateral as a main, as an overall. So you can kind of see a grid format forming there. That's a 3x3 square and a bunch of cars in the middle of it. They're working on it. Right now, Rockville Road's under construction. I believe that it's going to be having like different slip lanes and things to kind of make up where a bottleneck happens, which will help flow, because as I mentioned in my last video, if you're going to work in the city and you're wanting to move to a suburb, Avon is a great option. You're just gonna have to wait to get to work. A 20-minute drive at 1 o'clock in the morning when nobody's on the roads turns into a 45-minute drive in the morning when everybody's trying to go the same way. There's just like bottleneck forms right in between Avon and Indianapolis. And that's something that overall I think Avon wants to fix. I have read things from the city planner that it is supposed to be fixed, and I can actively see it happening. There's traffic cones everywhere, all over the place, and so much road work going on. I just hope that that starts to speed up, and once again, dating the video, because eventually that will all be fixed and we'll have some great roadways. Number 5, entertainment. What's there to do in Avon? Is it boring? Is Hendricks County as a whole boring? Well, I don't know. This just may be me because I've been here for 20 years and maybe I just can have figured out a way to entertain myself constantly. But I think it just depends on age ranges. You know, if you have a good group of friends and you are able to hang out with them, you know, boom, you got your entertainment. Or for younger kids, there's places that are awesome and locally owned, like the Tie-Dye Lab, where you can go and tie-dye shirts. That's pretty unique. Trampoline parks and laser tag, bowling centers, plenty of different things to go and do. And if you're going out for a date night, like I've mentioned, the city is not that far away. And Indiana really, as a whole, I find myself driving 45 minutes up to Broad Ripple to go and hang out. Or for someone in the college age, there's great bars downtown to go and hang out at. And the nightlife is, they're jam-packed. They're shoulder to shoulder. So I think overall, that entertainment probably isn't the greatest thing to consider whenever you're moving somewhere. And you know, if you're looking for somewhere that's more like a city where you can go out and walk, then obviously moving to a rural community isn't the best place to go and do that. But we have like 12 parks, a ton of golf courses, and just there's definitely things to entertain yourself. And unfortunately, and as sad as it is for somebody my age to say, we all got TVs and there's access to fiber high-speed internet. You can pretty much entertain yourself as much as you'd like. So I hope that those 5 things are questions that maybe come a little bit easier than reading a blog or reading some sort of info page, just to be able to hear it, visually see it. And that about does it for me. I really appreciate it if you watched all the way to the end of this video to hear the 5 things that I think you should consider if you're moving somewhere. Just as a recap, Avon's got great schools, it's still developing, has a ton of food options, traffic's okay, and entertainment is what it is. So if you could like this video, comment on what other things you'd like to see, other things as far as what can I do to add value to my home? What should I look for whenever I'm buying a home? Where is Avon? What is the population, different statistics? What's the real estate market looking like in that? Comment and tell me what you'd like to see. Overall, I think that real estate is something that is always transforming, and I think that this video format is the new wave. So please engage, interact, check out my website. I always tell people, just go window shop it. You know, if there's a home that you don't even think you can afford, but you just want to see, and you have a significant other and you want some entertainment, hit me up. Let's go browse some houses. It can be a date night. It's exciting to look at new homes. It's exciting to dream. And I'm okay wasting my time. I'm okay to just dream. And maybe you'll end up buying something. Anyways, have a great day and be awesome.